President Biden's approval ratings plummeting to new lows this week. Now, nearly 6 in 10 Americans say that they disapprove of how Biden is handling his job as president. The president's approval rating of falling below 40% this past week for the first time, then coming back to 40.6 as Americans push back on progressive policies. This week, Virginia moving to end mask mandates in public schools as several other states have eliminated mask requirements in the last 2 weeks. Joining me right now to talk more about all of that after an historic win in Virginia, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears. Lieutenant Governor, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Maria, and good morning to your listeners.
And congratulations to you on your first vote. I want to hear about that, why you did it, and what that felt like, Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, so my very first tie-breaking vote, which, I've been trying to get to for so long, was a bill that wanted the judges to state why they gave the sentencing that they did when they moved out of the guidelines. And it's a good bill to want to have, except that it was poorly written. It would have had unintended consequences that we actually could have foreseen before it happened. So, I voted against it, and some people might say you voted against the incarcerated, and no. I voted against a poorly written bill which would have made bad law, and we would have had to come back again next year to fix it. So, you got to get it right.
Well, this is all part of your push to ensure the law is followed. And, Lieutenant Governor, I think our viewers this morning are frustrated with the lawlessness that we see across the country, whether it be unconstitutional mandates or smash and grabs throughout California and elsewhere. Where is this lawlessness coming from, and what needs to be done?
Well, I think it's coming from the highest levels, and I'm talking about from the presidency on down, where there is no leadership. There's a vacuum. And in fact, they seem to be following what's happening on the streets. That's not going to work for anyone because the leader has to lead. That's why they're called leaders. And they have to show the right way, the righteous way. There is right and wrong. And you can't look at what's happening in the streets of smash and grab and say, well, it's just social justice. No, it's theft, and it's destroying our economy. We've got to have people who are stopping, where's the wind blowing, and that's what we're about. They follow the polls, and they don't have a righteous bone in their body. Come on, let's lead.
And you are leading. Lieutenant Governor, I want to take a break and ask you the importance of education in your life, as well as what's happening in our students' schools these days, plus President Biden's pledge to appoint only a black woman to the Supreme Court. Is America really racist, like he keeps suggesting? A lot for you when we come right back. Stay with us.
That would be unconstitutional because the Constitution, Article 6, specifically provides that no religious test shall ever be required. I think the 14th and 19th Amendments also extend that to no racial or gender tests. Nobody should ever be excluded because they don't fit a racial or gender criteria.
That was legal scholar Alan Dershowitz with me earlier this month, calling Biden's criteria for a Supreme Court justice unconstitutional. Biden has vowed to nominate a black woman as Justice Stephen Breyer's replacement, and he will begin meeting with his short list of candidates this upcoming week. I am back with Virginia Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears. And, Lieutenant Governor, I'm going to get to the SCOTUS appointment in a moment. But first, I've got to get your take on what's going on across the country in terms of the masks coming off. I know that Governor Youngkin using emergency powers to expedite a bill to end the school mask mandates. But, Lieutenant Governor, the teachers union boss, Randy Weingarten, is saying that the real issue when it comes to COVID restrictions is making people feel safe, not the actual science. She says she believes kids and teachers should wear masks until there's zero transmission. Is this about power and control? Tell us how you see it from Virginia's standpoint.
Yeah, well, she doesn't speak for us. She doesn't speak for the parents. The parents voted for our ticket. The parents voted for Governor Youngkin, myself, and Jason Miyares. And by the way, they voted for our House so that we could have some semblance of reasonableness coming back. You know, common sense, folks, has walked back into our government here in Virginia, and Virginia is leading the way. So the governor fulfilled his campaign promise, and he told everybody, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. But allow the parents to make that decision for their own children, because as far as we can tell, Maria, the parents still, the children still belong to their parents. They don't belong to the state, not just yet, not if we can help it. And so, you know, some parents filed issues with it, and now we have a bill that's going through, and it looks like it will fully pass, and we'll have the law here that parents will make that decision after all.
Oh, my goodness. Lieutenant Governor, parents across the country right now are rooting you on and thanking you. They are grateful for your leadership. I can tell you for sure. Look at all of these policies and what they've produced. On Friday, oil prices passed $94 a barrel. Joe Biden, on his first day in office, killed the XL pipeline, and we have higher gasoline prices as a result, and oil prices at $94 a barrel. Is there anything you can do in the leadership in Virginia to counter this inflation that Americans are feeling?
Well, one of the things that we are going to be doing, and we have started doing, is to get rid of the gas tax. We're trying. I think it passed the House. I think it failed in the Senate. So now the House bills are coming over to the Senate, and I think that the senators are beginning to understand this is real. This is really hurting our pocketbooks. And you may have enough money to carry you through, but the rank and file do not. And by the way, I'm part of the rank and file. I don't have a lot of money either, so I understand the pain. And then we also have the food tax. We need to get rid of that. I mean, even the outgoing Democrat governor understood that that was necessary. So Governor Youngkin proposed all of these to help the people. And by the way, the business tax, to say small businesses have suffered greatly from what the outgoing administration, Governor Northam, had made decisions about winners and losers, closed mom and pop stores, kept the big box stores open. And you see what has happened. It's destroyed part of us. So, you know, we have got to get this thing together. And we hope the senators who are Democrats will work with us to get it through, because everybody is suffering.
You are the first black woman elected chief executive of a U.S. state. Congratulations. What are your thoughts on President Biden's pledge to appoint only a black woman to the Supreme Court?
I'm actually second in command. So that's interesting, because, you know, here I am, second in command of the former capital of the Confederacy. No one can say then that we haven't gotten a long way from where we started. And furthermore, I'm an immigrant. You know, I wasn't even born in America. And look, America has given me opportunities to succeed. Now, we haven't said, you know, I'm not going to say that we haven't had problems. Of course we've had. You know, slavery was an issue. And we've had redlining, segregation, blue code laws, miscegenation laws. But here I sit to say we are not back in those days. Are there problems still? Yes. But here I am. And we are overcoming. America is becoming more and more. We have a saying in church, you know, I may not be what I'm supposed to be, but I ain't what I used to be. And that's America. So we're coming back to the judgeships. You know, it really isn't unheard of for America to pick certain people to be on the Supreme Court. You know, we did it when we wanted. We clamored for a female judge, and we got Sandra Day O'Connor. That was a good thing. We clamored for a black judge, and we got Thurgood Marshall. That was a good thing. And here we have a Latina judge. And we have Sonia Sotomayor. You know, it might not be the politics that we like, but we have her. And then for the first 100 years of the Supreme Court's history, those people expected the court to be partisan. And in fact, they were highly partisan. So what I'm hoping is that the president will bring us a judge, you know, if she's black, will bring us a judge who respects the Constitution and will uphold the laws, and will not be a partisan, you know, who will judge fairly. Most importantly, that's what we need.
That's what we all need and what we all want. Lieutenant Governor, as you're speaking, I'm getting the chills. We know that we will be following your journey, and this will not be your last stop on the journey. Lieutenant Governor, it's great to have you this morning. Please come back soon. Thank you so much for your leadership.
Thank you for having me, and please pray for our troops who are already in Poland. And, you know, I know there is a time for peace and a time for war, but let's hope that we don't have to go to war.
Well said. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears.